Hello everyone, Lord.agion here, another Grey Goo Replay. So on the top right side, we have this Diquesicabron. I know I cast him before, but I still probably can't really say his name correctly. Either way, and spawning as the Goo player, we have StrangeTempo. The Goo player has already moved into this, I always call it like a hand, because to me, it looks like a hand, well, a three-fingered hand right there, but to this Kados area across the mountains, very defensible for a Goo player, to the fact that they can just always hop up on top of the mountain or even into the trees if needed. We got split into a mother Goo, so it looks like he's not going to go for early small protein. He's going to go for a fast economy. That's actually quite reasonable, seeing the fact that this area is so defensible, so he could just stay up here and perhaps maybe he'll get a third Mother Goo. He could go ahead and get some more actually units out, but we're going to see. We're probably going to see some sort of early way to detect up there. Most likely air tech. I get an observer. Just some minor damage. That minor damage actually does quite a bit, though he can still spawn off a small protein right about. No, he can't get the small protein now, I don't think. I think it's just enough. Oh, wait, the small protein from the other Mother Goo. But apparently there was just enough for a small protein. In fact, just 3 more health. So now we're going to have, actually, it did turn that into a small protein anyways. And we got 8 drovers here, probably for some early aggression. Do we see any defensive turrets? We do not. We see a conduit. That's nothing really too important. Factory. Doesn't look like there's any defense really for this attack, so we might go and see some easy picks off these collectors. We do have 1 revolver, but that won't hold up against 8 drovers. 2 more 4 factories. He needs some sort of perhaps an anti-heavy sentinel, I would say, but that's a bit too late at this point. Because right now he's just going to hit the slime to deny it from harvesting. Actually, what is he doing? I would imagine he would put himself... Oh, he actually needs to hit the ones on the way out, because the ones on the way back in tends to explode violently. Watch. Oh, he has to be very careful. Oh, he doesn't get it. Wait, he did get it. You can see there was an animation of something dying right there. So he did manage to get that, denying at least some economy. Looks like anti-heavy sentinel now starting to come up. I would say it's a little bit too late. Gets another collector. Picks up a revolver now. And this anti-heavy sentinel's power to come up. He needs to get back. These revolvers are now picked off half the number of drovers. He actually... Did he cancel that or sell it off? I'm not exactly sure, because selling off usually means you get much less than what you're actually paying for. If canceling it, I think you still get full value. Except for the parts that get damaged. I'm not exactly sure the exact rate of a sold-off structure on a damaged structure or a cancelled structure. I'm not exactly precisely sure, but he decides to get as much economy back as possible. He has that -10. Where is that? Is it all from building units? Looks like it. Technology? Nope. Looks like it's all from building units. He needs more refineries. Perhaps maybe -34. Oh, he's building a refinery. That's why it's -34. So he does have a large number of revolvers. That's very nice. Currently, he actually has more revolvers than his opponent's units. Getting some striders out. That's good. With 4 Mother Goos out, his economy is in a much better position. 3 refineries will be a great start to get him back, try to level off. But with all that additional economic damage, it is slowed him down quite heavily. We can see a take attachment, so we're going to see some Gladys. And that force of revolvers has been cleaned up. Well, will he get this last strider? Fires a volley, and he does get that strider before that dies, so that's very nice. Doesn't really have much of a force to really attack with. Oh, he does actually have a couple striders over here. That's radiant, nothing much. going for a 5th factory. Nothing too out in the ordinary this game. This game seems pretty standard. Don't see any weird techniques. Just for Mass Revolver versus Drover Strider. Do we have a 6th Mother Goo out? And it looks like both sides just going up. We got a 7th Mother Goo out, so right now, with those early wins, he's now capitalized it and getting himself really ahead on economy. He needs. We do have a Valiant out, which will increase the effectiveness of nearby units. That's very nice. He needs to start attacking now. He needs to apply pressure. Goo player, if they get, he's at the point where he almost will run away and pretty much automatically win because of his much higher economy. Do we got another Valiant out? And he does have the significant force of Striders here now. His army is pretty big. He sort of missed his opportunity of perhaps getting some damage done on one of the Mother Goos. But this area map is pretty hard to attack Goo players since, well, he's got these forests here to protect his Goos from here. Got this mounted here to protect these Mother Goos. Here's a bit vulnerable for a Goo player, but that's why he's not here. Once again, it's mirrored on this side. Oh, we do got a huge engagement over here. We do got a... And this force is pretty much overwhelming. He's trying to get the Valiant into the center of the force, but the Valiant gets cleaned up. And this game's pretty much already over, I would say. He's now cleaned up the economy, and this is pretty much the end of the replay. He's losing extractors. He doesn't really have much of force. He's just streamlining units in. With the dagger here, is able to see into the bush. The Valiant's withstanding all that damage. Now it has been cleaned up. Actually, I still don't see how the human player can actually get back in this game. He does have a little bit of a force here, but it's not enough to start cleaning up Mother Goos because his opponent's on 10 Mother Goos versus 4 refineries, which 2 are not refining. He needs to place. Okay, he got both extractors back, but he needs to start destroying Mother Goos now. Not just harassing them, now he needs to straight up destroy them to get any hope of back in this game. There is a small protein. He better focus that down as soon as possible. Does manage to kill the small protein. Will he kill this one also? Ooh, nice pickup. 2 small proteins. He sees this large protein. But with 6 armor, it is very durable. It's pretty hard to actually kill it. We do got a crescent artillery, so he needs some sort of AA now to help shoot down the projectiles, or else he'll just be withered away. Since the AA will affect everything, not just the Valiant. And the large protein's trying to come in. It is very tanky. It can... And with it's a Bastion now. He's now taunting. The Bastion's taking severe amount of damage. The Bastion does go down. The Mother Goo's not sustaining fire. The Mother Goo's down. It's down to his last bit of health. It's about ready to go down. And the Mother Goo does go down. He has a significant leeway right now in this engagement. Though there's concentrated reinforcements hitting him, he has artillery hitting his units. One of the Valiants do go down. He's picking up all the forces that are streaming in 2x2s. Another wave of artillery. That artillery should do a massive amount of damage to this group. We do got some Drovers here. Drovers are a nice way to do a good amount of splash damage, but they are cleaned up. We got another Mother Goo. Mother Goo's down to only 130. One volley, it's down to 70. And it's down. He's killed 2 Mother Goos. That's very, very good. I thought this game was already over. He's already pulled out quite a bit of gains from this engagement. He needs to hit this Strider here, and he doesn't. We do got now an even, I think that's about the same amount, if not larger force coming out now. He is getting an air attachment. He's trying to capitalize on his momentum. He has killed, I know he killed at least two Mother Goos. He only had 11 at the time? Not sure. And there's also, no, that's the same force. There's 3 Valents here. I think that's one more than last. And he has more daggers for stealth for detection, and plenty of revolvers for damage. So this is a nice force. He needs to remove that artillery as soon as possible. The artillery will just rip him apart. And there's just way too many Striders here. There's not enough Valent coverage, and now the Valence goes down. And with the artillery doing massive amount of damage, he was unable to deal with it. And he lost that entire force. You got a longbow here to shoot down the artillery pieces a bit too late. If he would have had that earlier, he would have been. He might have actually would have won that last engagement, because the artillery does quite a bit of amount of damage. Another extractor goes down. Now his economy is taking a pretty severe hit. He can't really afford that. And now with the longbow here, he's able to actually make his force live. We got another group, a group of 6 revolvers, 1 longbow, a Valent, and a dagger. Is it Valent or Valent? Oh, it is Valent. Valent. Is it the same word? I'm not exactly sure if that's an accent or. But we do have quite a bit of force here. It can go in and deal quite a bit of good amount of harassment, but with a missing extractor, his opponent is actually really hurting for cash, and he has not rebuilt it yet, or even started rebuilding. I don't think he realizes it's down, but he needs that economy now. We do got a force here, and this is where he has been sitting on so many Mother Goos that he has now a large force he can build pretty much every other moment. When this force engages, this force can also engage. But he is cleaning up Mother Goos. That is not what the Goo player wants to see. 1 Mother Goo has gone down. Started stepping away from this Mother Goo. Very nice. 1 more volley and it will kill it. We do now got to engage him here. He needs to get the longbows shooting up the AA. The balanced shield is now down and because he's dead. And with this a significant amount of now he has armor to deal with. Though the revolvers can deal with the destructors, they do have the balance upgrade, so the Valent support will be ripped apart quite easily. Now we got this force coming in. We got 2 refineries not refining, which is a significant problem. In fact, 1 refinery does get destroyed, and that's. I said it was game over, but I was a bit hesitant. And now I'm actually saying, now it's pretty much game over. With losing a refinery, that's a serious blow. And we got a force over here. Factories going destroyed, and this is the end of the game, I would say. With losing factories, production structures, economy, once you start losing structures, you're in pretty bad shape. Though he is actually cleaning up this force quite nicely. Manage will push away back that armored force, but with losing all that production structures, that's not good. Losing also a refinery, having 2 refineries down. He's only down to 1 refinery at this moment. 2 refineries are being extractors being rebuilt. Does not look good. And this force way overextended. He didn't have any longbows to deal with the artillery. Though he could have picked up some destructors, he couldn't. And he has thrown out the GG. Perhaps some final conversations going to happen in the last minute. Yeah, this is a pretty Goo favored map, in my opinion. Oh, Digua got a siphon. That's just their final conversation. There's Lord.agion saying thank you for watching and signing off.